Hello and welcome to Snooty Gamer Interactive. I'm your host Snooty Gamer, and today
Very
we're gonna...
curious for this game. Saw your post on FB. I might have to grab it.
Well, I haven't started playing it just yet. As you can clearly tell, I'm in the options menu, trying to figure out... Mute copyrighted music. Why? Should I be offended? Not visible, milk on brilliant. It looks about right. Film grain, motion blur, interface. I'm getting into the habit of turning off my subtitles. I probably shouldn't. There's much to lose when you do this, but I feel it lets me focus more on what's going on screen. Smaller details. You can make fun of me later. Oh, you can't read fast enough? Yeah, I can't read fast enough. Alright, so let's see what this is all supposed to be about. Alright, so we're doing the first hour now. The game was developed by Remedy. I guess the publisher was 505 Games. I doubt it was the other way around. Or at least I'm hoping it's not the other way around. Because Remedy is renowned to me for Max Payne. All three of them were great. My least favorite was probably the second one.
Morning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello? Anyone here?
Correspondence. Federal Bureau of Control reminder. Certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issue reminder on prohibited materials, unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. Number 2 pencils. Any objects considered iconic representations of an I'm hoping to pronounce it right, archetypal concept, e.g. rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. All materials on the Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. Huh. Cool. I'm glad they kept me. Whoa. It's a little green. Let me see if I can turn that feature off to sharpen. Film grain. Turn it off. Does that improve it? Sharpens the image. I think we're going to keep the game. I should probably play that. More stuff to read.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Bureau expenditures. Expenditure summary, executive sector Q2. Major staffing, surveillance, data center initiative, construction. Minor office equipment, janitorial costs. Mold removal, HQ livability costs. For cost breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5. For 5-year comparison chart, see page 9. I'm going to see my way out of this file list. This is kind of... I don't like that. I didn't like what I just saw right there. That should not be an issue. It should not be grainy. There's not enough going on screen for this to be happening.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them, and they were hiding in plain sight.
Okay, so tap to sprint. Alright, so we've got the basics down. Left stick, right stick, and the tapping of the L3 gets you running. It's funny because I feel like I'm playing a Max Payne game. Just waiting to open a locker and get some painkillers out of it. Max Payne, that's another one. I wonder if they have it on the PS4. R4 reports reminder. Correspondence. Let's see. Federal Bureau of Control, hello. As you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting for them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request Form R4.E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Ms. Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland, as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy reviews, so please schedule accordingly. Best, your admin team. I hate it because of my job. Those are like how the memos go out. Security order. Reminder. Security order. Oops. Federal Bureau of Control. Attention all. A shark in his. Although permission to. Following basic protocol. Shoot to kill. Good luck. Now let's save the jumping for later.
Hello?
my god, she sounds like Claire. Is that Allison Court? That'd be awesome.
Excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, then you are relevant. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, you out.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Him? No. Crazy? Yes. Harmless as well. That's my deduction. Watch me be like completely off. He's like the mastermind behind all of this. I just took him for granted. Should have snubbed him right there. Proceed deeper into the bureau. Looks like I'm actually leaving it. Oh, this looks like an elevator. Can I use it? Yeah.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Starring Courtney Hope. Lead producer, Juha Vainio. Art director, Jan Pulkinen. World star, damn, no, forget it. I'm not doing this. This is probably the first contemporary, well, close to contemporary game I've played since, wow. If I'm being honest here, probably Metro Exodus. And that was a while ago. Nice. I'm immensely
Did I
confused.
lose you there for a moment?
Yeah, you lost. I'm
know
lost.
what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
You need a key card or something like that? What, I can't hold down on this, huh? I heard the 20th time is the charm. Trench, do not disturb correspondence. Jesse Faden arrives at the oldest house, the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control of France, as the mistress of her childhood. Correspondence. Non-official. Trench, do not disturb. Federal Bureau of Control. Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day, for the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench. Trench? Your name's Trench. Well, I guess you could have been named Newt.
Shit.
closer. There's a
Do you
map.
want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
Now I'm armed.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
What is going on? Oh, there's climbing involved.
It's Krypton.
No way. I thought Krypton was like frozen. Oh, no, wait, you're talking about the planet Krypton. Oops. I was thinking about the Fortress of Solitude. My mind went elsewhere. Okay. To complete the Astral Plane Challenge. Multimedia? What did I pick up? Objects of power. What is this?
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon...
Alright, I saw that already. Follow board's instructions to complete Astral Plane Challenge. Well,
The same gun. Okay. Now I have a gun.
regenerates ammunition when not in use. Okay. So, alright. So there's definitely going to be a mixture of melee gun combat that I'm going to have to use. Alright, and the recharge is pretty fast, so... Can I take cover? Is that a thing? Nope, I can destroy blocks.
was coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Of course. My first instinct after getting a gun is it's probably safe where I am. Well, in a video game anyway.
You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror. Get the fuck away!
Hiss guards. Field research on Hiss entity, Hiss corrupted security guard confidential summary. The Bureau has many internal security personnel. The Hiss was quick to take advantage of this fact. Hiss guards use the standard bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption, while the armored guards carry pump-action shotguns. They have no observed paranatural abilities, with the exception that certain Hiss guards are protected by a shielding of dense Hiss resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged Hiss corruption? Does the Hiss mature in organic hosts over time? More data is needed. Did the Hiss target individuals with combat training? Does the Hiss have the level of cognizance? Does it utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited to? Combat trained hosts are reserved for combat? These are all questions for later, though it is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge of the use of their weapons. Refer to file for full report. Service weapon. OOP1KE contained procedure. No unique procedures required. Description. Para-utility. The object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to... this object may only be bound by individuals seeking the role of... the object will determine whether... if rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the... though the criteria is unknown. Background. The object was discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis, many forms throughout history, Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varunastra, all weapons that of their wielders. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, see Dr. Darling presentation at 11.1 for more details. I can't really follow all that. Meanwhile, the health pellets are really small. Tricky to find. Very dark in these rooms.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
How far does it go? Alright, so it's... Yeah, it's got some push to it, eh? Marshall AW Investigations. Marshall AW Investigations. Federal Bureau of Control confidential for Marshall's eyes only. Marshall, we checked out the suspected AWE in Duluth. Wasn't anything, just like the house fire before this, and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort the fake AWEs from the real things, or you need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we're on our route to Sherman Ranch, next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Sincerely, Special Agent Keenum. Assets. House memory. Conceptual material house memory CAT2 62938 exec. Dinner reservations. Federal Bureau of Control, dinner reservation 7 p.m. at Chez Ombre. Rifle will meet you there. Don't be late. Flowers are ready for you at the lobby reception. Remember, she is turning 46. It's rather rude revealing her age. What's up with all these people hanging like this? Like, what's their story? Why are they doing that? I can kill them too if I wanted, right? Executive meeting minutes. Federal Bureau of Control, agenda items for next executive meeting, rising cost of AW response, update on mold eradication efforts, upcoming annual salary review, new supplier of cough filters to be found and vetted. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention. If you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object.
Central Executive.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Examination of paranatural topics, urban legends. Summary. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain informed by our own and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially in popular culture using Our Bureau-made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on a pair of scissors that consume human through 2 punctures on the These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file 493-6942 for full report. It's a lot of material. Visitor evaluations. Federal Bureau of Control. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and our peoples who strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If you do not leave, then ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How did you find this place? If their answer is sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and that they'll need to leave. If their answers seem escort them to a private room. Therefore, perform the gunner's psychological assessment. If the responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet, then immediately. Remember, there's no such thing as too suspicious. So, this place was trying to keep people out to some degree. Let's leave it on. Kind of saw that coming. Oh wow, I got rocked. Hmm.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy.
Just experimenting. If you fall too far, wow. I can totally see this happening. Gravity and I have never been the best of friends. I mean, if you've been following me on Uncharted, you can see for yourself. Gravity's not kind to me.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy.
Oh, I was trying to head. Oh, I should have sprinted.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss.
Let's try this again.
Into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy.
Must cleanse control points.
Grippers rely with semi-automatic fire that is deadly at short and long range. Damage while low on health, plus 37. Yeah, sure, why not? Health plus 19%.
Enemy. Corrupt.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it. Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Can you hear me? Are you with us? Are you still sane?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah.
I found his body.
And I'm totally calm about it.
Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
Examination of paranatural topics, control points. Summary. Control points are locations that the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point in the arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by detection of an unobstructed ping using the within a 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctures or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be. Refer to file 725-2788 for full report. Goody.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed.
Hiss agent. Field research on Hiss entity, Hiss corrupted agent. Confidential summary. The Hiss manifest in human hosts in numerous ways. The most common and least intense form is seen in many corrupted agents floating throughout the Bureau. The Hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. The most noble distinction from an unaffected human is the fact that they levitate. These Hiss have displayed no aggressive behavior. They only seem interested in vocalizing the strange incantation ad infinitum. Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the Hiss corruption, like spores or Wi-Fi boosters, or are they cocoons preparing to enter the next stage of evolution? When attacked, Hiss agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation to a purely resonant form. Research is ongoing. Refer to file for full report.
Too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it. Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench? The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the Hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department? The hotline should be in the communications department.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily. You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay. This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the pure utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got it. Thanks. So, HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
It seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. And each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let...
I can think of many of them. What's the whole point of all this? 1 second, I must use the necessities. and I'm back.
Let me know.
Exclusive to Shatter. Health recover and element pickup plus 20%. Health plus 19. Yeah, I guess having more health would be better. Damn, the only person you should fail is yourself. Plus 17%, plus 19%.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Undefined reading. Week 83 report summary. Visited the following Nevada accommodations: Desert Sun Inn, Big Sky Motel, Starlight Motel, In and Out, Aztec Court, Sleepy Bear Motel, Silver Spurs Ranch, El Gato Blanco Inn, A Plus Lodge. Expenditures: accommodation $831.29, meals $714.84, gasoline $295.12, minibar $313.61, I do wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state. But hey, I guess I'm not paid to think, right? And for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Rowley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road, Agent L. Hines. The boys in research said performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. Gee.
It's overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. I'm with you on that.
Summary. The Hiss residence feels a physical impediment is difficult to define. Hiss barriers appear as way to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. 2 methods have been discovered for lowering them. Destroy the multiple concentrated resonant sources found in the vicinity. Destroy the Hiss entities in the area. The resonant fields seem to require support for their size and density from other non-connected sources of Hiss resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fall. Does an inactive structure made of Hiss resonance qualify as a conscious being? Does the distinction make any difference when considering the Hiss? What does the very act of building walls to prevent our movement tell us about the Hiss? To what degree is it watching and planning? Refer to file for full report. Please be aware, due to recent fluctuations in the nearest control point, this area's stability has been downgraded to yellow. Reference chart: green stable, yellow low possibility of unanticipated building shifts, orange high likelihood of unanticipated building shifts, red frequent unanticipated building shifts. I wonder where we're at right now. Dead letters. I had a dream and I built the thing I saw in my dream, a machine that will contain God, but not the God you know or the ones anyone knows, a new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, and his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator and the coils for my toaster and the fans, plus the timing belt for my car's engine and the wheel for my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how on his own. This is just a beginner's body, like a baby's, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address in the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had to use the dialing plate on God. Okay. That's some intense stuff, man. I don't know what you're doing, it's pretty intense. Ah, okay. I get it. I have absolutely no clearance level still. No, I got a better idea. Off and to the left. That's what my gut's telling me.
Communications. We're on the right track.
I can melee while aiming, good. What? Book Club Knows for Penny by L. Sampson, so I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was alright. The little unless you could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess, but I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way the characters kept throwing it around almost like a catchphrase got real annoying real fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I sided with the Fixers, obviously, because they had the coolest tech and their motives made the most sense to me. Honestly, if I had to choose between some hoity-toity flowers and guns, space hippies, or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on Sunday, I know who I'm picking. That scene where they invade a city planet and convert the entire population using those brainworms, and that space dogfight between those two ace pilots, sign me the fuck up. That kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face. Gravitational anomaly. His death didn't feel necessary at all. Wow. Some of the stuff I'm finding. Someone tells me I'm not supposed to go anywhere near that.
An object of power. Looks like the place I latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Destroy it. How do I get up there?
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
So that's meant to show us that this thing does have range.
There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
His demolition expert. The Bureau only allows certain highly trained individuals to handle volatile weapon materials and weapon and demolition experts, instructing the use of explosives and dimensions with distinct physical laws, making them important assets for engineering work as well as combat situations. His demolition experts are the only observed Hiss variations to wield a specially built rocket-propelled grenade that is designed to identify and track entities once fired, making them a threat whose determination should be prioritized in combat scenarios. I find it remarkable that the Hiss restrict usage of this weapon to the Bureau personnel who trained specifically for its use. What does this tell us about its behavior? Can it pass along new information to corrupted entities? Still too many unknowns. Refer to File B for full report. Hiss Ranger. Rangers of the Bureau's well-trained, well-armed expeditionary forces. Their Hiss corrupted counterparts are equally formidable. Prior to corruption, Rangers were trained to use a variety of weapons in order to face any threat found during AW response or threshold exploration, including submachine guns, assault rifles, and automatic shotguns. Hiss Rangers utilize these weapons as well as the advanced tactics taught by Bureau instructors. Some are additionally outfitted with Bureau-made body armor. Hiss Rangers have no observed paranatural abilities beyond some being protected by a shielding of dense Hiss resonance capable of stopping bullets. consider the advanced training the HISS Rangers are capable of applying to their situation? Is it feasible to consider the human mind still remains intact to some degree? Or is the HISS able to tap into this combat training and utilize it? Further observation is required. Further file bit for full report. Floppy disk. Must be contained in a cell with no other loose material. The object is an 8-inch diskette containing Soviet-era nuclear launch codes. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically lift material and throw it at a short distance. See Dr. Darwin presentation 11.15 for more information. The object is currently bound to for research purposes. Background: stolen from a Soviet military base located by agents with the CIA. The diskette contained launch codes to missiles believed to be reserved for use against After being returned to America, the diskette began throwing computational hardware at members of the decoding team. An informant in the CIA tipped the Bureau off and was requisitioned by agents the next day.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Damage after a kill plus 34%. I like this one more. I love it. Everything becomes a weapon. Alright, this is where we're going to call it quits for now. However, I will be returning shortly. Let's see. Options. That's fine. Wow. So far, a very interesting journey. Hopefully, more will be revealed in regards to what this is all about. Until then, it's been fun. Thanks for watching. This is Snooty Gamer Interactive signing off. Until later on tonight. Thanks again for watching.